boots, blinding white equestrian trousers, long-tailed fire red riding jacket, a golden whistle, a $1 million smile framed by a pencil-thin mustache, and a shiny black top hat. Who else do you see but our next inductee, the one and only Count Nicholas? To speak about his historic life and 50-year contribution to the circus and the industry, please welcome Mr. Ron Morris.
Hi. One of the things that I've always personally found fascinating about the circus business are the unique characters that just one meets along the road. Larger than life. Each one had a uniqueness that just made them stand out, for good or bad, above the crowd. Angelo Nicholas, the Count, was among this special group. Born in Varos, Greece in 1910, he came to America and joined the Ringling Brothers Circus as an usher at the age of 16. Soon he caught the eye of celebrated ringmaster Fred Radner, who tutored him in the ringmaster craft and gave him his nickname Count Nicholas because he liked his aristocratic style. When the Count in turn became ringmaster of the great show, his booming voice, red coat, black top hat, golden whistle, made him stand out in a way that would, I believe, 1,000 years from now, still make him among the world's great ringmasters. I had the good fortune to travel a season of one-day stands with the Count in Eastern Canada. He traveled in a blue step van that he called his private dressing room. Every day was a great adventure for the Count. Every town was another adventure, and he made everybody on the lot feel welcome at all times. The Count kept his optimism and actually kept working almost to the day he died in 90. He never gave up, was always in good spirits to the very end, looking forward to one more stand. So on behalf of the Ring of Fame, it's my personal pleasure to present this plaque to Tuffy and Bonnie Nicholas, his children.
First of all, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'd also like to thank the Ring of Fame, Michael Float, he knows why. My gathering of the Greeks, the relatives that came from New Jersey and Connecticut to be here today. And the late, great Alan C. Hill, who before he passed, whispered in his sister's ear, "Get it done." Thank you so much to my dear friend, Teresa Hill, for nominating our father, Count Nicholas. I have a little bit of a story. I hope not to bore you or repeat a little bit of what Ron said, but I'll just tell you a little bit, something about our father. If you ever met the Count, you never forgot him. He was a self-declared 24-karat Greek, born in Vadoslimnos, Greece in 1910 as Evangelos Nikolakis. At the age of 6, he and his mother Athanasia boarded the big ship to America. She explained to her little Nikki that they were going in search of a better life in the USA. As the big ship approached Ellis Island in New York, he was very excited yet a little bit scared. He grew to love America, and especially the English language. Fast forward to June 27, 1927. Nicholas was just 16 years old. Everybody in town had been talking for weeks about the Ringling Brothers Barnum Bailey Circus coming to town. Nick had snuck into the show years past, and today he planned to do it again. He had spent many nights dreaming of what it would be like to be one of them. The circus people were grand in all they did. Before, he had always denounced the teenage notion, but today was the day. Today was the day he was going to run away and join the greatest show on earth. The aroma of popcorn and sweet cotton candy filled his nostrils. The midway was jam-packed with people eager to see the circus. The circus city was alive and invigorating. Nick quickly snuck around the back and slid under the sidewall and was able to blend in with the crowd. There, he sat mesmerized by the sights and sounds of the big show. During the elephant act, the largest elephant deposited a large pile of droppings right there in the center ring, making everybody laugh. Soon a guy came behind the mammoth beast with a shovel and scooped it all up. At that moment, teenage Nick decided that would be the job he would apply for. Once the show was over, Nick approached the elephant trader and said, "Excuse me, mister, I'm a hard worker looking for a job, and I would like to be your #1 elephant poop scooper." The trainer replied, "Really, kid? You think you're a man enough for the job?" "Yes, sir," Nick explained. "Well then, I'll take you back to the animal menagerie and let you clean up all the horse, cow, and elephant droppings that's in there. If you can handle it, you're hired. Just one thing, the cops aren't looking for you, are they?" We don't accept criminals or runaways." "Oh no, sir, I have committed no crimes." "All right then, we'll see what you're made of." For the next 3.5 hours, Nick shoveled elephant droppings along with the excrement of many other animals. They let him eat for free at the cookhouse and sleep for free on a big stack of hay in the menagerie tent. The next thing he knew, he was riding the rails on the Ringling Brothers Barnum Bailey Circus train. Soon, Nick was promoted from his job with the elephants to an usher. He would smile while graciously escorting the patrons to their seats. Among all the ushers, his distinctive voice could be heard saying, "This way, please, move along. The big show will begin momentarily." He bowed to men and locked elbows with the women as he showed them to their seats. He was happy to wear the usher uniform and grateful he had become a part of the circus family. In his heart, however, he knew he had more to offer, and he dreamed of being an announcer one day. He listened intently to the big top equestrian director, Fred Bradna, who is also an inductee here, introduce the circus superstars. Mr. Bradna was his teacher and mentor. He took a liking to Nick and began training him to take over the position once he retired. Nick was a snappy dresser. He saved his money so that when the show played New York, he could frequent the best men's shops, purchase the finest attire. John Ringling North took notice to this handsome young man. All the while, Nick practiced the announcements Fred Bradna made in the big top. He would stand in front of the mirror for hours on end, mimicking Mr. Bradna, exclaiming, "Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages." It had been 20 years since he ran away with the circus, and his dream was about to come true. The year was 1951, and Angelo Nicholas, the immigrant from Greece, was given a shot to be the equestrian director of the biggest and best circus in the world. He was handsome and dignified at 41 years of age. He had a strong voice and a gift for presenting each act as if it was a center ring superstar. He knew how to use the inflection in his voice and was a grand performer in his own right. Fred Bradna had been with the show for many years, and he was proud of his successor. During the 1951 season, he had seen how Nick had become an accomplished announcer and had the look of a true circus ringmaster. After a Sunday matinee show, he put his arm around Angelo and said, "You have learned well and have an excellent speaking voice. You are dashing and have become quite the ladies' man. We shall not call you Angelo or even Nick anymore. Today, you become Count Nicholas." And so it was. From that day forward, he was called Count Nicholas. Today, he is called America's most celebrated ringmaster. Thank you. my daughter, Brooke, my son, Christian, in the audience, and my son, Brandon, who can't be here today, along with my husband, Jeff.
Wow, what a tough act to follow. Normally, I'm not afraid to talk to people, but gosh, I can't believe it. I'm a little nervous here. All of these great people. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Teresa, thank you to Ron, everybody that really had something to do with my dad getting. Thank you to family for coming, friends from flying in from all over the place. It's really an honor to be here for my dad, and thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, everything has been said is right here on the plaque, but I will say Count Nicholas, America's most celebrated ringmaster, and as everyone says, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, congratulations to Count Nicholas. Wow, how about it? Sponsored by